Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Mod Monkey, and if you're new here, welcome. This is a channel where I talk about the latest games that I'm playing, the latest MMOs that I'm into, and I'm currently addicted to New World. So we're going to dive into some of the issues that New World's having, some of the really awesome things that are going on in the game, and yeah, this will be my first official entry into the game, with many more to come, as I know I'm going to be playing this game for years and years and years to come. Let me explain why. At the time of this recording, I am now currently sitting at level 60, and it has been a long 3 weeks of grinding constantly, doing a minimum of 12 hours a day with a couple of 24-hour streams and 18-hour runs here and there. If I were to go back now, there's a ton of things that I probably would do different, but if I were to give anyone advice going forward, definitely do everything. Do your town hall missions, do your quest line, do your main faction quest line as well, and sprinkle all that in with a bit of mining, chopping down woods, and leveling your profession as you go, and you'll get a steady gain of XP every single day. We did a lot of early dungeon spamming as well. We did mid dungeon spamming as well, making sure to pick up the quest from Barkamedes or anyone else that was in front of the door, as well as picking up the faction related quest that would pop up in those areas that actually have the dungeons. So in the areas that actually have like Armine or Shattered, those towns that are there will also have the chance to drop via your faction expedition missions into those dungeons. So a mixture of all that, and now I'm currently sitting at 60. When the question now comes, what do you do once you hit endgame? What is there to do? So a lot of things have popped up now that we're hitting endgame, and we're farming these higher level elite mobs every single day. So there's two main things that you're going to be doing. If you haven't maxed out all of your progressions that you need for your profession, I'm currently going into weaponsmithing. You're going to be looking into now going back and figuring out what you need to do to start leveling that up to 200 as soon as possible, right? Because you're going to be looking at materials that you're going to need, but you're not going to be able to craft. So I suggest as you're leveling, definitely do not skip out on your progressions of your proficiencies, because you're definitely going to be needing it for the end game. Besides that, I find myself also doing a lot of farming for gears and other people's professions to help them out. And we are also all going in at the same time into elite zones to level our watermark. And what I mean by that, there's a lot of amazing videos, so many people throwing in information, and what we all learned was you have to do the elite zones, you have to farm these mobs, you have to push the gear in hopes of getting gear that drops just a little bit higher, just a little bit higher, just a little bit higher for each individual set that you have. And what I mean by that is, like, if you roll a 5-10 on all of your gear, and then you go out into elite farm and you roll a 5-10 or 5-20, or no, it wouldn't be that high, like 5-11, we'll say 5-11 on your gear piece, you now have the potential to find something of 5-11 and higher for your gear piece. It'll still roll lower 500s, but now you will be seeing that 5-11 in your roll for the gear piece. That necessarily doesn't mean it will happen for your boots, your pants, or your helmet, or your weapons. It's not until you find a higher incremental drop from the elite mobs from that particular slot will you find that you're getting that particular number dropping, and potentially higher. So if you get anything higher in each individual drops, it'll push that watermark for that particular node higher and higher and higher until you get to 530. There's a lot of people in my guild that are sitting at above 530, pushing to 550, and eventually up to 600. Now this is not, we are behind the wave as far as this goes. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are already doing this and far ahead, but the game is getting it's getting really interesting, to be honest with you. The grind up to 60 wasn't boring at all. Questing in this game is not boring at all. farming and gathering resources for some weird reason is enjoyable and is what's taking up a lot of my time. I find that a normal day of playing New World, I'll get on early in the morning, and then next thing you know, it's 8, 9 o'clock the next day, and I'm just like, what happened? What happened? I've been taking my time with just in playing this game, soaking myself into this game, which is why I haven't made a video for New World till now, because I really wanted to take time and just understand what this game was going to be like, if I'm going to actually like it, if I'm going to play it. And this has completely shifted my view on what I want to do, or what I want to play. So I've found it hard pressed to even touch my Switch these days, in the 3 weeks that this game has been live. Now, I wanted to really take my time to try to see if this was actually a honeymoon phase, if it was just something that's, oh, this is brand new. This is brand new MMO. I'm getting excited for it. But I'm well past the honeymoon phase, and this game is still enticing me to log in and kind of forgetting that I'm even a content creator to begin with. So you know, everyone keeps asking me, you know, on stream when I'm streaming over on Twitch, hey Monkey, like, what do you think about this game? How do you like this game so far? And it's really weird because it's hard for me to explain why I'm personally addicted to this game, but it's got a lot going on for it. The progression or the proficiency system is definitely simplistic, but there's a grind there. The overall game is just really well made, I would say, for the most part. And it's gonna be weird for me to say that because there are some serious issues with the game currently. What I really want to say is New World is an amazingly crafted game, and there's so much to do, and the world is beautiful. So here's some of the things that were not covered by the new patch that came out that I wanted to cover in this video. So the first major problem that I'm currently having is I made it to Adjudicator a while ago, like a week ago. And what I didn't realize is that my token cap is at 25,000. And I thought that was the normal. I thought it wasn't going to increase anymore. Apparently, the token cap for everyone else gets bumped up to 50K. So I'm currently not able to buy, even though I have access to the Adjudicator Covenant gear set, which was supposed to hold me off in the elite farming. I do not have access to the chest piece or anything that's over 25K, which is weird. I've since talked to support, and they said that this is a known bug that will be addressed in a hotfix. So I'm waiting around for that. The next major bug that hasn't been addressed in this recent patch that dropped is we did the siren arena, and everyone that did the siren arena has a potential to get a really fatal bug that follows you around until they pretty much fix it. So what happens is, what's happening to one of my community members is that whenever he dies, he cannot die fully. So he goes into a death state. The mob that killed him or the environment that kills him, they can't kill him. He's immortal. He can't then port to town because he needs to die fully in order to get to the screen that gives him the ability to port to town. He's just stuck in this limbo, this invulnerable limbo. The only way to fix this is for someone to physically go over and pick him back up in order for him to continue playing. This is a game-breaking bug, and I would highly recommend that you guys don't do sirens yet until this is fixed, and this is announced as a fix in a patch. I'm pretty sure that he put a report ticket in. They are aware of this issue, but as of right now, you have the potential while doing siren to get this bug, which is ridiculous. If you are okay with it for some reason, if you're always going to be with someone and you don't mind it, then I guess go for it. But yeah, this is kind of game breaking. It was kind of disheartening to see that it wasn't in the patch notes. But then again, maybe they just realized that it was a thing. So maybe we'll see it in the next patch notes. Hopefully. Speaking of the patch notes, there was only really two things that caught my eye with the patch notes that I thought were notable is the fact that they're changing the drop rate on the reagents from the elite chest, which were kind of crazy and insane. I was doing runs and I was coming back with thousands of reagents that were completely filling up all of my storage. And these are like the blue tiered, the high end reagents. And it was, yeah, it was a lot. It was definitely a lot. The other major one that I thought was really important was the T4 and T5 portal fixes, because up until recently we haven't been able to close any of those portals because they're all bugged. This should bring back portal farming again, which was really cool meta that was going on in the game, where people were getting levels slowly, and they were also getting a lot of A's off and items to drop, low level items to drop from doing portals and taking down portals. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens when that happens, when the patch goes live. It's definitely, Amazon is definitely hard at work at New World, and it's clear to see that they have a lot of passion. The launch of this game was incredible. I thought that we would see server outages like crazy and everything breaking, and then here comes the servers on fire brigade, but that didn't happen. It was almost like Hodor holding the door and holding the wave of mobs back as the servers went live. It was not the smoothest, but it was the most smooth I've ever seen as far as a game launch goes. And I've been having nothing but fun being able to log into New World and just play to my heart's content. That being said, I'm gonna keep this video pretty short and sweet because I just want to get that out there for you guys and alert you guys that these are like really game breaking bugs. And if you're experiencing this, let me know down in the description or down in the comments below, so that, you know, we can all put in report tickets and make sure that this goes up to the top. Let them know that this is a problem, because I really would love to have that max. So at this point for me, the bug that doesn't allow me to have 50k tokens isn't really necessarily game breaking. I find that I'm already farming the elite zones, and I already have pieces that are higher than the covenant gear that is listed there. It is good as an entry point into getting yourself started to do those farms, but as far as something that that would stop you from playing the game, that is not the case. The ladder bug that I'm talking about from the Siren Arena is a really bad thing. It is really game breaking and very frustrating to the people that do have it, that I know that have it. But yeah, I'm playing over on the Lolia server, or Loloi. There we go, Loloi server. I'm playing on the Loloi server. I'm a covenant, and it's been pretty interesting. We are definitely not the majority on the server. It seems like my server has more of the syndicate than anything, and then the Marauders will come second, and Covenant is definitely last. But I'm having a ball nonetheless. As I get my gear together, as we get going with building out our gear and our crafting disciplines, we're gonna start rolling into the true endgame content, which is wars and defenses and PvE raids, which I'm looking forward to jumping into. But yeah, I'm definitely planning out a long term, and I mean years, playing this game. It's the closest I've ever been to understanding what WoW players feel like when they play WoW, if that makes any sense. Like, I've always heard from my friends, hey man, you gotta play WoW, and they spend like 3 days no sleep. I never could understand how they can get into a game this heavy. But with New World, this game is absolutely addicting, and I'm doing everything in my power to build out the best company that we can build out and prepare for the long term of this game. That means getting everybody up to 60, getting everyone geared, passing around resources, getting everyone's profession where they would like it to be, specializing professions, and then preparing ourselves for the new content drop that should be coming here shortly. But yeah, so this is just the first video I wanted to drop in for you guys, let you guys know that yes, I am still alive. I didn't drop off the map. This game is everything, and you will see a lot more New World content on this channel. Yeah. So that being said, thank you guys for watching. Hit that follow button if you would like, hit that metrics help stuff, and then also links down in the description below for all the good jazz. Love you guys faces, and I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good one.